What's up, everybody, and welcome back to This Week in Madden show 223. We are live right now. Let us know in the chat how the audio is and how everything is going. If you're watching live on twitch.tv/MaddenTips, welcome. If you're watching live on YouTube, welcome. Bringing it in for another edition of this show. We've got a lot of topics to cover. Obviously, the patch came out. There's Club Series update. There's new Campus Heroes. Draft Champions has been different. We're going to talk about quick snapping, post-patch run D, the gun tight flex, the different types of tight ends, the Minnesota spread, which we don't actually have, but we can get, and then SGibs versus Wolfman in Draft Champions tonight. You heard it here first. You heard it live on the show.
How are you going to pull that off on me?
Gibbs versus Wolfman.
No.
That's what the graphic says.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, that is what. No, see, this is where you spin your agenda. I just said that is what the graphic says. That is what the graphic says, so that's what's going to happen. Have you played Wolfman yet?
No, you're supposed to play Wolfman. That was a special guest.
I've already played Wolfman. I played him twice. Well, and Wolfman's not a special guest. He's like.
Yeah. What?
Special guest?
You can't. No, you can't spin this.
Spin what?
You can't spin.
Read the graphics.
This is.
You sound afraid.
No, this is grounds for a suspension.
Wolfman.
This is grounds for
against Frady Cat.
No.
Wolfman against Frady Cat tonight.
This is unbelievable.
Wolfman against Frady Cat.
You were supposed to play tonight.
SGibs ducking, no doubt about it. Obviously clear. Obviously clear.
Who put the graphics together? Falls put the graphics together. And you know what? You probably saw my tweet, and then that's when you changed your graphics.
Yeah. I built the graphics 4 seconds before the show started, Gibbs.
Yeah, you probably did.
No, it totally did. Yep. You got it.
This is unbelievable.
It's weird that you're that scared to play Wolfman.
I'm not scared to play
Wolfman. I've already beat him.
You're supposed to play him.
Why? I've already beat him twice. I already beat him once. Played him twice, beat him once.
That's not the case.
All right. Next.
This is unbelievable.
First question in the mailbag. Let's jump right into it. Shout out to John D22 for the follow.
Before we get started, though,
yeah,
I want to share because we have the latest Madden Championship Series standings. There's
let me
throw it in the chat.
Well, why don't I bring it up on screen?
And I'll throw it in the chat too.
And you can put a link in the chat.
Because what's cool is you can see all the latest guys, and I believe we have a top guy in the house tonight. Where is he?
Shout out to Initiated. Guys, so right now what we're going to do real quick is bring up those standings so you can take a look.
Master Gamer right now tied for the 34th.
In series points. Bad news for Master Gamer.
Why?
Top 32 go.
I know. Master Gamer needs to get on his horse.
Good news for Master Gamer.
He's playing in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Master Gamer, so right there. So guys, here are the latest standings. We'll go through this real quick. Harpoo's here. Yep. And we'll get it there.
Should be showing up.
We'll get it. We'll switch it over.
Should be showing up. We'll find a way.
So Fall's going to work on that. I'll just talk real quick. So the latest updates came out. There's some guys that are tied, so we'll see how that works. Like for example, you have 12 through, let's see, there's 3 guys tied at 12. You got Duke, Young Kiv, and Drag all tied at 12. So, I think while Master Gamer is 34, I think he's a little further out, technically, because there's some guys tied at each spot. So, Rex is tied at 34 with 300 points. So he's playing in Boston this weekend. Really great to see a guy like Drag. We talked about this on the Muttcast. We got a guy like Drag tied for 12th.
Yep.
600 series points right now, and the guy hasn't even made it to a live finals. Even a guy like Master Gamer, outside looking in right now, but the guy is very close to qualifying for the championship series. So very impressive performance by all these gentlemen.
So with that, let's take a look at the Madden Championship Series standings. We've got our top rankings right now. Obviously, Spot Me Please in the #1 spot. You see Dubby Problem at 3, D Jones at 4, Bugs, Vision is Real, True Boy, S Dello still at #8 after that fresh run in the original event, the Classic. You see Joke, Strafen. Final Boss, Strafen. He really
catapulted. Yeah, man. He won a good amount of points there to get into. I mean, that's how important these challenger events are, man. Drag, who won the New York tournament or Compete Forever tournament, he got 200 points. You make more points, series points, by winning a challenger event than you do getting to a live finals.
So you see Jet Steel, I'm Wild, Lights Out, Evil O. So Lights Out, even though he hasn't made it to a live finals yet, he's still at #20, and that's huge.
Jet Steel, he's done well. Little Man, we haven't seen since the Classic, but he's still there. See, I think he could be on the outside looking in because even though he says 24 there, we have to wait for the official verification. But like, there's guys tied, right. So I got question.
Well, look at Stiffmeister. You know, right. He hasn't, but he's going to be in Jacksonville, I believe.
Yep.
And so he's got another event to go.
Shout out to Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hana 27. See Matster Gamer, Voltarax,
yep.
James Piano, he's in Washington.
Stevie
J's going to Jacksonville.
Yep.
So
Bam Skeeman, he's there.
Yep.
So he was from the Madden 16 championship, if you remember him.
Yeah, Ocean Gang's going to be in Buffalo.
J-Cup will be there, yeah.
Merksta. AKG's in Buffalo.
AKG's in Buffalo.
Yep.
Rumble. There's Rumble last year, if you remember him.
Yep.
So there's a lot going on, guys. We got a lot of Pony Montana, your guy, Falls.
Love that guy.
Pony Montana.
So we will see more of that going on as the events kick off. Keep looking. We'll put the link in the chat. We'll put the link in the description. Hopefully it helps you out, and you can take a look at some of the players in there. Okay, let's jump into the first mailbag question of the night right here.
Yep.
Gibbs, how can you defend a quick snapper? So if somebody is quick snapping you, how can you defend it?
The first thing I'd recommend is go straight stock cover 2-man, like 2-man under. Like that'd be the very first step. And the reason for it is like, if they're quick snapping you, they're looking for usually like catch you off guard, and that'll be the best way to not get caught off guard. Like, because if you're playing a zone defense, you gotta do this, here. Like if you just go here, cover 2-man, like you're in a defense, like you shouldn't get too burnt badly.
Right.
Like that's the idea behind the cover 2-man. Like, yes, there's gonna be guys open, but the likelihood of like them completing a 80-yard touchdown is very, very small. So my first recommendation would be to play cover 2-man. And that's my next point. You have a second point.
I have a question. Is there a way to get guys into zone coverage without clicking onto them? Can you I know quick adjustments. Is that something you recommend in quick snapping? Because then a big problem with quick snapping is you get stuck. You get stuck away from your user. You want to use that guy with Y above him at the start of the snap, but you don't want to have to click down there and then get stuck over there, right?
Right.
Do you recommend quick adjustments in that?
Absolutely. I think quick adjustments are probably one of the best features added to the game from a competitive lens in a very long time. Like in terms of like giving you more options to make better decisions. I think zones this year were really great, but a quick adjustment. So for example, I could be on my safety here with Barry, and then if I hit LB, LB, and then now you can see the icons from all my defensive linemen. So when you hit LB, LB, it brings up all of your defensive linemen to quickly make an adjustment to them. So I could be on my safety right here, hit LB, and then now have my icons for my linemen. So I want to put Dontario Poe on a quarterback spy, and then I hit the right trigger, and boom. I'll check on my mic.
I'm just making sure it sounds good. They're letting us know.
But then I hit LB, and you get the quarterback spy. The next thing off of that is you can do another layer of it. So you would go RB, and that's going to give you all your linebackers. So now I'm on my safety. You can see all my linebackers are highlighted. So I want to put Tamba Ali. I want to put him on a flat zone. All right, Tamba Ali on the flat zone now. And then the last thing you can do is you can do adjustments to the secondary. So if you hit Y, so when you hit Y, you get the same. Yeah, you're good. You get the same ability to make adjustments to those players. So the adjustments you can do to them are, you can blitz them, you can zone them,
but so you can do all those things, right? If they're quick snapping you want to stay on your user.
Yes.
And then
that's a good point.
How many adjustments should you try? Because you shouldn't over try, in my opinion. If somebody's continually quick snapping you should be like, I'm guaranteed to get 3. I don't be like, I have to get these 5 setups in for this play to be good, and then get stuck on 4.5. Sometimes you get 3, sometimes you get 4.5, sometimes you get 5, because then you're rushing.
Right.
So maybe like whittle back how many you're going for. Stay on your guy.
Whittle back is really good. What's my bare minimum?
Right. How many? That's because, I mean, you're changing your whole defensive play call. You just said, like, if someone's continually doing it. But that's what I find is, like, if somebody's quick snapping me, I take it as a personal challenge to myself to be like, well, I got to be faster.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't, and then when the ball's snapped, you're like, huh?
Yeah, so actually, shout out to the live chat, JD1980. He makes, I think, a really good point. I think a good way to start being prepared for not getting quick snap is, it's something that is a small tip, but, like, I think you do it, probably you don't even realize you do it. On the defense side of the ball, never pick your play before your opponent picks theirs. Because then you get to get a little bit of intel to understand, well, what are they in? So say you're seeing a 3-by-1, 3 receivers, 1 tight end set all game, right? And all of a sudden out of nowhere, your opponent drops down and you see, what would you think here? You see 0 receivers, 3 tight ends, 2 halfbacks. What would you think?
Goal line or run the ball.
So then that gives you a little bit of intel that you can then change your defense, your play call, and you have a little bit more knowledge going into the play, so that you don't have to wait and then see the formation and go, oh man, he's in goal line, and then you have to change audible, go to this. So that's a little great nugget from JD1980 in the chat that is so super important.
Because it will slow down the pace of the game. Because when you get into a quick snap battle as well, I tend to speed up my behaviors. I'm like, I gotta pick a play, I gotta do this, I gotta get that, I gotta go here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing you need to be fast in during quick snap is the 7 seconds when they come out of the huddle to the snap of the ball.
Yep.
The play call, it's the same amount of time. Don't get like caught up in the pace, right? Man-to-man coverage.
Yep.
Stay on your user. Use quick adjustments, and
don't pick your play before
and don't pick your play. Those tips should help you with a quick snap.
Do you know how many people I would say I would say that's probably one of the base level tips. If you are like a player that like feel like you can't get over the hump, or like, wow, why am I not getting better? I'm playing a lot. I would say check on that first. Like, are you something very small? Are you picking your play before your opponent picks their offensive play? You have to then take that information, put it to your advantage, because what the best players in the world do is they're able to diagnose plays, formations, execution, where your opponent wants to go with the ball very quickly. What you can't, when you are a lower level player, what you don't do at their level is that 7 seconds. There's so much more going on in their brain of information of how to adjust, what to do, how to make this play do this. When you're a lower level player, the same amount of information is not triggering, because you just haven't had the experience, you haven't had the reps yet, you haven't had it. Someone hasn't told you, don't pick your play first. So I think that could be. I really think that from a very base level is a great way to pick your game up to another spot.
Good tip right there. Good.
Shout out to JD. Shout out to JD, man.
All right, let's look at the next question in the mailbag right here. We got a lot of good ones coming in from you guys today. Gibbs, this one's from Cedar. So obviously the patch came out.
Yep.
Is the 3-4 a viable defense right now? And then would you use it to stop the run? Would you use it to stop the pass? Would you use it to stop the blitz? I mean, we've talked in Ultimate Team, right?
Yeah.
In Ultimate Team, linebackers are corners. Safeties are corners. Everyone's a corner. Everyone's, so these linebackers, they're not Tom Bahali 83 speed. They all got 90 speed. They're basically dollar CBs in a regular scheme. Does that let you do something from the 3-4 that you would like?
I think in Ultimate Team and salary cap, and even in Draft Champions a little bit, depending on what you draft, you need to look at 3-4 and say, well, I can run this very similar to how I would run a dollar. Now you're going to get different plays, you're going to get different results in terms of a blitz here or there and different alignments. But for the most part, 3-4 is probably one of the most valuable defenses in the game. Now that we're at this point of the year where you got guys like Ryan Shazier, you got Deion Jones, you have Sean Taylor, all that speed at linebacker, that while their coverage might not be as high in terms of like 90-plus man coverage, their pure speed and athleticism still lets them be able to hang and do a lot of the same things that you get from a DB, but you have a bigger body, typically, more tackle, more hit power, more play rec from the linebacker positions. I would say that the defense that I saw at the Minnesota Vikings Club Series this past weekend, I was really, really impressed with VTech, and I was so impressed with Strafen. Strafen it was just like, It was a beautiful. You know when you watch a Madden game and every now and then you watch it and you're just like, you just want to applaud. You just want to go, wow, good job. That was beautiful. That's what it was like watching Strafen. And both those gentlemen ran 3-4. Now Strafen, he mixed his play calls up. VTech ran a 3-4 over scheme. We're not going to break it down or tell you what he did. But what I really will base level tell you how we kind of operated.
If you've played one game of Madden online, you've at least seen the play DB Fire 2.
Right.
Like if you've watched Madden Bowl for 10 seconds, it's that popular type of scheme. He just talked about the $3-4, so definitely a different way to think about playing the game.
Right. So basically, I would look at it and say the takeaway that I saw was generate, and this is something that we've talked about for years. What's been the MO of the way we play defense, right? Generate soft pressure, passive pressure off an edge, force your opponent to roll out, they become one-dimensional. I think the best defense I saw from that Club Series tournament was from Strafen, because he really changed his play calls up. He brought pressures from different areas. But what I really love about VTech, and it's been the best I've seen so far this season, is he made everyone he played one-dimensional in terms of, let's just say he made everybody have to roll out to the left part of the field, and they like it was a roll out this, and then he would send the spy. I mean, it looked like he was playing Madden 16, and it made all of his opponents one-dimensional, have to roll out, get the routes, throw across the field to get to the right side of the field, and I just really like the way he forced his opponent. Like, it's a lot harder to get the passive pressure, force the rollouts this year, and VTech did a great job of it. So if you guys are looking to step up your game, learn to play a little bit better defense, check out that Club Series footage on the EA Madden channel on Twitch, and you'll be able to see the way he played defense. And then also check out Strafen. They both played 3-4, both very viable, especially in Ultimate Team because of all the speed you get on the field.
So my other question, and this is more like, so that was an advanced level kind of breakdown of some 3-4 meta. If you're new to the game or you came back after the patch and you don't have run defense, is there something in the 3-4 that you like? I mean, people like the 4-4 to stop the run. You got 7 guys up at the start of the field. The beef is there.
Right.
How can you use that to potentially stop the run?
Pretty simple, man. I mean, it's cover 4. I mean, the answer is cover 4, and for good reason, right? So the reason a 3-4 cover 4 is so good at stopping the run is because your safeties are playing run first assignments. So you can take a look. You can see the run fits. These deep safeties, their little lines mean that they're looking to play the run if it is a run. So this defender right here, his gap as a deep safety is to shoot and play here. This outside linebacker, he's the force defender. He's going to try and set the edge and make sure the run goes back inside. Then on the opposite side, you got Eric Berry. He's the cutback defender. If the running back were to, a lot of times you see inside zones get, run up the middle and then crank to the left, right? That's his role, is to make sure that run doesn't get outside him. Now, if you were to go to like a cover 2 man, notice the difference. Look at my run fits. The way I'm doing this, I'm pulling the right stick to the right, and then it's showing you all your defenders and the run stop responsibilities. So when you take a look at this, the cover 2 man, while typically like, oh, it's a pretty good run defense, it is, but your deep safeties, they're not playing run first. They have to respect the pass first. So if you go and look at instant replay real quick, instant replay, look at the snap of the ball. Look at the hips of the defender. Let's just zoom in right here.
Hips don't lie.
Right here. Little back, right? Little back. Couple shuffles, and then react. Right? So the corner reacted much quicker. So your safeties are out of position when you're in anything other than a cover 4. So what I like to do is I bring them up a little bit, just get them closer to the action, right? Bring them up a little bit. You can see they're in run fit. So now if you run the ball again, snap of the ball, and now I want to show you the difference. Now you picked up, of course.
I'm just a great runner.
Of course, talking dog. But what I want to show you here is very important. Remember how it looked when we were in cover 2 man. You could rewind right now if you have to. Take a look. But let's take a look at the difference. Let's now look at this safety here. All right, snap of the ball.
Hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie. What does he do? He freezes and he reacts. Now he attacks. So look at the outside corner. The outside corner, he actually attacks before the outside corner. And if you remember in cover 2 man, the outside corner attacked before the safety. So that's the difference. If you're looking to play better defense, the simplest thing you could do is go play a cover 4. Any variety of cover 4 will work. You can play cover 4 from nickel, dime. Your safeties are going to play run support, and that's right there. Eric Berry steps up, fills the gap, makes a play on the ball carrier.
Can't tell you how good the Le'Veon Bell feels in there. But definitely, yeah, stick to the cover 4. The 3-4 has all the personnel that you need at this point to definitely be better in the run game after the patch. Because you can't rely on dollar as much after the patch. You may not get as many block sheds. The game speed's slower, depending on the mode you play. So don't feel like you can't call 3-4 more. All right, let's go to the next mailbag question right here. Shout out to the guys in the chat. We got the champ stopping by. Mangus is here.
Who's here?
Harpua, Forever Red.
Champ's
Real
here?
W, Fake W, Old W, New W. A lot of W's out there.
Boom.
Neutron wants to know our favorite Madden myth. Can you slide protect in the run game? So let's show you right here. Madden myth, busters. We're going to bust it right now. You cannot slide protect in the run game, and I'll show you why.
Or can you?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can, but I'm going to try.
Or can you?
So the quick audible here is the halfback base. So what we're going to do is come out in halfback draw and get it set up for the next time. It used to be the halfback draw, I want to say, because I believe I had them change this out. Okay. Right here, you see it. Halfback draw. Boom. We go to the quick base. We're going to run it one time. You saw the play art of the linemen.
Yep.
You saw them pull. Now we're going to slide protect. LB, flick the right stick left on the quick base. LB, right stick left. No animation changes. Guy's still going to pull. I think they might have taken a step to the right there.
This has been a Madden myth.
I think, no. I know they say it doesn't do anything, but trust me,
I've tested it.
I feel like 73, I'm going to slide protect right.
Yeah. 53 kind of pushed a little bit to the right.
Oh, and I cribbed it, and therefore the ratio of yards. So
We've been going with this myth for Madden forever.
yeah, it doesn't do anything, but in the passing game, slide protect obviously works, and since the draw uses pass protection blocking, they actually will slide protect against the run game.
Correct.
So that is something you want to do, and you'll see them actually. I thought you were gassing me.
No, not at all.
I thought you were I was just getting ready to throw a touchdown on you. Just getting ready to throw a touchdown on you.
No.
But here's the halfback draw. You slide it to the right.
They shift
They
a little bit to the
shift
right.
a little to the right, and then you can run the halfback draw. Mix it in. That is the only time you would use it. You can still use it. People swear it helps. The chat, the comments, they're like, yo, no, dude, no, come on, seriously, trust me.
Hey, Sino Gotti's in here, and he's a great player.
He's a great player.
He swears by it. Listen, if you swear by it and you feel better about it, do it.
Dude, I just slid left right there, and I cribbed 2.
All right. Yeah, it does work on draws. You actually functionally see it at work on draws, but because draws have pass protection assigned to them, so they will slide and flare a little bit. But the runs, nothing happens. It's been a hot topic in the community for years. I can't tell you how long ago, well, how many Maddens ago.
Dude, it's
off tackles. Off tackles were, oh yeah, you could slide protect off tackles, man. Yeah, I always slide outside, get a better push.
I invented it.
Yeah. It's been a hot topic in Madden for years.
I am slide protected, and I'm crushing it.
Yep.
I'm crushing it.
See, and now
I'm gonna start doing it.
You know what I don't like about
I'm gonna
though?
start doing it.
It's one extra hot route though. But if you got a conductor.
I'm gonna start doing it.
All right.
I'm sold. It's not real, but I'm sold. Okay, let's take a look here at our next mailbag question. Good one there from Neutron. Jared. So Jared is the number 8 seed in the club series.
Okay.
He's got to play Skimbo, I think, in New England.
Wow.
So he says, how would you beat Skimbo in Madden 17?
Make him run, man. That's what I mean, really. Other than that, like, I don't know. Like, I would say go back and watch.
You want to make a thumbnail?
Yeah.
I don't think you're beating him. I respect your gameplay. I'm proud of you for grinding the ladder. There is tape out there on beating Skimbo.
I think you got to make him run, man.
Different players have attempted it. The good thing about playing him is you generally know what he's going to run. Like, I don't think he's going to show up and be like, well, I'm going to actually run the bunch tight end this time. Like, you know what he's going to do.
Right. I think it comes down to this. Ready? 3 things. Make him run. Defend the deep post. Like, don't let him throw the deep post ever. And then in the red zone, just ready for his, like, he loves high points. So, like, if you just start with 1 and make him run, like that, like, because he wants to pass, right? So start there. Like, don't look at it as Skimbo. He's a great player. He's one of the best players in the world. But the same formula exists for beating anybody, right? Like
ball control, get a fumble.
If you're gonna play problem, I would say a great formula to beat problem is you own the time of possession. You own time of possession and take care of the rock. Like, that's a very simple thing. It's not like a tactical. It's not a technical way to be like, okay, man, this guy do this or do that. But from a very simple standpoint, if you were to own time of possession on problem, and if you were to not turn the ball over, those are two things that like are the MO of how he wins games. Then I think that would give you a better chance, a better fighting chance. But if you go into play a game against problem, and you turn it over 4 times, and he wins the time of possession battle by 10 minutes, good luck.
Yeah. So playing Skimbo, I mean, you also have to play the game. It's a tall task, but don't worry about it. Like, you know what he's gonna do. He's prepared. He's relaxed. He's been in big games. You know, potentially a newer player, or maybe not quite as much as experience. Just play. You only got to win one game. I mean, it's just one game.
Play the game.
It's just one game. You could win. Like, you could win. Like, Madden, crazy, more ridiculous things have happened.
What?
Like people lose. The game is tight. Like, people lose to other players.
Correct.
You know, you got a shot. Just play his game. Watch
ready?
And watch every single game he's played that you can find.
Ready for a great example of that? Again, Viking series. Victory Lane, who I would say no one gave him a shot. No one gave him a chance to hang with Canes. He was up on Canes going in halftime. Yes, he got the sack fumbles for touchdowns, but you know what? He played his game. He almost came out with a win, and that's you got to play the game and not the name. Yes, Skimbo is a great ball player. He deserves a lot of respect. But you can't hype yourself out before you play the game.
Right. You haven't lost yet.
You haven't lost yet.
There's still time on the clock.
Time.
We got another number 7 seed in the chat right now.
Who?
Buffalo Rob. Another number 8 seed, I believe.
Broccoli Rob?
Number 8 seed.
Just flying under the radar?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
See, you got to study.
Yep.
Study this face. Study this Skimbo face right here.
You study that Skimbo face.
On the far right.
Yeah.
On the far right. This one right here. Let's see if I can find it.
Not working.
I don't know. It's not working. It's not working ideally. But if you can see that, it's Skimbo's face on there. Let me go over to the Madden Bowl. We'll see if we can get this set up. We'll give you guys a quick update on it. Or the Club Series, rather.
Oh, it's showing a little bit, right? Interesting.
All right, I think we got it.
Boom.
Boom. So let's take a look here at the NFL Club Series. Give you a quick update. Remember, qualification ended on February 6th, but people had the top 4 from each console went. The club finals are starting February 18th, kicked off with the Vikings. It ends on March 22nd. And then each of the 8 teams will crown one champion. And then they will send them to an event on April 15th where the 8 champions will battle it out. So here are the dates. If you guys didn't get Minnesota Vikings last weekend, Gibbs was there with Larry Ridley from the Mall of America and called the game. Upcoming this weekend, Patriots, Skimbo, Volterax,
Franchise
GG, Buffalo Bills, Sunday 226. I'll be there. AKG, Los, Buffalo Rob,
some ballers.
T-Rex have a heart attack. Multiple really, really good players. Seahawks, I believe Young Kib, James Piano, Jaguars, Stiffmeister, Master Gamer, True Boy.
Loaded.
We'll get more info on Steelers, Niners, Chiefs, but expect big things from those. These will be on the EA channel all the time. So jump into that. There's series points on the line. And there's the club finals. We talked a little bit about IB Strafe and his performance at the first event. Obviously, we saw a good event with VTech, Drag, and some other excellent players. Gibbs, what's the biggest takeaway you saw from the club series?
That it's a huge opportunity and the excitement that everyone had all around. So the excitement from the NFL team with the Vikings and how much energy there was. Like, we were in the Mall of America and it was so packed. Like, it was packed. And like the rotunda, right? So it's 4 floors of.
People keep saying rotunda. I still don't know what a rotunda is.
I've never heard of a rotunda, but it was fantastic. But people were stopping by. Like, it was really cool to see people like everyone would walk by. What I love about like Madden competitively and like Madden esports is like you walk by and you're like, oh, it's Madden. Oh yeah, I know Madden. Like, and most times people are like, yeah, I've played Madden before. Whereas like, you know, other games maybe someone wouldn't understand what it is. Like, if for me, example, like I'm a noob, and if I saw League of Legends for the first time, I'd be like, what is that? You know, like so. But League of Legends is fantastic, by the way. But that like my big takeaway though, just overall, like how much energy and excitement, and like it was so cool to see a guy like Fuchs 300. He got there and he was like, this is my first live tournament ever. Anti-Hero, this is my first live tournament ever. And the takeaway is what each one of them said for like, this is my first event. They go, seeing how big this is, like, wow, this really makes me want to grind even harder. And that takeaway is like, that's what it's all about. Like, that's what it's all about. Like, you're out there because you love it, you have fun, and then you have a chance to get rewarded for it, right?
Yeah.
That's what's cool. So that was my big takeaway. Cool. Going there, experiencing it.
Gillette Stadium is where the Patriots one is?
Yeah.
Skimbo, Voltarax, Assassin? Or franchise.
Rico and I.
You and Rico calling those games. Tune into the EA Sports Twitch channel for that. Or EA Madden, just Madden. Twitch.tv/Madden. You'll also see Buffalo is at 716 in Buffalo. And then, of course, those other dates we just listed. So make sure to tune in. Going to be some really good games in that one.
Just hanging out, just going to be there. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh. I'm excited. Let's jump back into the mailbag here. Good luck beating Skimbo Jared. B Cake wants to know, can the gun tight flex be a winner? So this formation, I mean, it's in multiple playbooks. My favorite gun tight flex is got to be the Falcons version, when they used to have it back in the day with a little Falcon Cross.
Yep. Still
in a lot of playbooks.
Yep.
But do you believe, do you consider what the Saints have similar to the gun tight flex? What in your mind makes the gun tight flex so good?
Spot. The play spot. Like, that play is so good with with your corner, with your halfback table. Then you have the delayed corner from the inside slot, and then you have a lot of other plays with like posts. I think Falcon Cross, like the days of that play right now, just you're not seeing it be as effective. And part of the reason was back in the day, what made Falcon Cross that play so good, wide receiver cross now, is the halfback route back then was like as good as like the table route is now. Mm-hmm. Like the table route's taken over as like, oh, this is the better route. But back then you could snap throw the Falcon Cross route, and it cover 2 zone, cover 3. It didn't really matter. It was really difficult to defend it. So Titans, I would say, have a very good tight flex you're gonna find. So that would be one I would recommend. Is probably the best in the game. It would be the Titans tight flex.
Titans. I got that in Draft Champions the other day, and that's where I saw it. That's kind of where it had reinvigorated, and then somebody was asking a question about it. Let's see. This Falcons little formation right here is kind of good.
Falcons have a lot of good
It's got PA deep outs, shark halfback wheel, corner strike. It doesn't have any real deep posts, but other than that, I mean, in PA deep outs is a quick audible. So.
Lock job, kid.
Yeah, dot. Yeah, check that out. Buccaneers, I believe, has it as well. Look into it. Let's see, PA deep outs here. You gassing me up here?
Maybe.
Cool.
You would.
Cribbed it. Le'Veon Bell.
That's why I don't like playing you, Farles.
Because I run for touchdowns against you.
Because all you do is run the ball.
All I do is run against SGibs. I have Le'Veon Bell, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why would I not run the ball?
You good?
You good? Dot. That's 2 touchdowns in a row. They said Farles wasn't good anymore. Next question. All right, Skip wants to know, how do you reduce Blocksheds in Draft Champions post-patch? He even takes linemen sometimes, but he's just given up too many Blocksheds. So this is a question I actually have for the chat. Do you believe, press 1 if you think there's more Blocksheds since the patch. Press 2 if you think there's less Blocksheds since the pass. 1 or 2? That's a serious question that I have. Now, A couple ways you can reduce block sheds. Number one, call less under center pass plays. So let me show you this, right? This quick slants play is going to be a one-step drop. Boom. The linemen kind of do like a different type of blocking. They do like quick. Sometimes they try and cut. That's the third touchdown in a row. They're starting to add up here. Many people think that the block sheds are less. So for the guy playing Draft Champions who asked the question, know that in general it's either the same or a 2. It's not a lot of 1s out there, but you know, you could feel that. So look out for plays that have one-step drops. Number 2, these type of runs to me, these stretches, they get more block sheds against them because they block at an angle. And I'll try and explain why I think that is. I probably do a terrible job. It's probably not real, but the stretch for me. See how these guys turn their body?
Yeah, because they don't have full momentum on them.
Right. Well, when they engage, like Poe now could shed, or Bailey could shed. He's not getting blocked like straight on, so he could shed to the inside so much easier because of like where his leverage and position is. That I just feel stretches make it tough, because if you run, this is actually really good formation with halfback stretch as a quick audible. If you run like dive, which I don't have,
Ooh.
yeah, but that's not a block shed. That's just an unblocked guy. If you run straight ahead, you see block sheds be so much more apparent. And I know you said you are taking linemen, but just make sure you're taking the right guys. Because like these ISO runs, see how they're blocked like head on? Like, did you see the difference in how they got pushed back?
Yeah.
That's not going to cause a block shed.
That time they didn't win the one.
That right there, but that wasn't a block shed that I just ran into. Another ISO. Push back. So they're head on, and as long as you stay behind your blockers in the lane, they're not going to be able to shed left to right. I don't think people are shedding as much as they might be disengaging, and you're thinking, oh, well, like if you run inside zone and you do that off, like if I try and take this ISO off to the right side and a block shed occurs, that's more on me. Like that, you know?
Hot tip comes from Mole. Mole said he's always been running his power O's. He's been crushing with them.
Mole has been crushing people.
Mole said power O's, that's what I run.
So maybe dig into some power O's.
Maybe.
Be good. But yeah, the chat is not reporting more and more block sheds after, so something to consider. Yeah, you feel any difference?
Not really. I mean, I haven't.
Yeah.
So I would say inside zones, I feel the least amount of, like on stretches, if I don't really run a ton of them. So like I run dives or inside zones where I don't see the block sheds. Like I see it when people run outside runs, like you were saying.
Like right there,
like
92 is a shed.
Right.
That's a legit push and shed.
But when you have straightforward runs, I don't see it as much. I see just a push or not a push. Like there was no sheds there. It was just, do you get a push or not get a push? So that's why I personally like just running downhill runs. So
I got to start running power O's. Apparently people are saying they're spicy. All right, next mailbag question. What up? What up? RevTrev wants to know, do I abandon the speed halfback post-patch? RevTrev, you should have abandoned the speed halfback pre-patch.
Yeah.
They're just not the meta. I like the speed halfback. I would rather actually have a speed halfback after the patch than before the patch. So if they're struggling for you, that's something to look at. I'm not sure why that would be happening,
right.
But I do like speed halfbacks. He's saying that they just don't generate enough like breakaway space and speed.
Totally.
You know?
I would agree with that. I just don't see like, and I don't think Energizer that like is as dominant as, say, Battle Ready, right? It's
right.
Just, I don't like, other than True Boy, I've yet to see someone like truly dominate with the paddles, like with the skill moves, right? So I think it's like True Boy. I'm sure there's other people that are really good at it, but I still think the meta, as you said, is the big back. It's a big backs game. It's a big backs world.
I like the Marcus Allen though. I gotta say, I do gotta
Big backs
say.
world.
The Marshawn, I'm just not trucking people. I think it's a battle-ready stiff arm game. I don't think it's, I don't know. I'm trying to explore more moves and see what I can come up with, but that's something to look at. But yeah, dump that if you're feeling like you're struggling. Brett Cole wants to know how to counter the most popular plays in head-to-head. So do you consider those cheese plays? How do you counter whatever's the most popular plays going on, Gibbs? And this is where I think maybe talking about how to block is very important, because if people are sending pressure, those are the popular plays you're going to run into.
Right.
Like, to me, Madden breaks down to the 7 seconds before the snap, where I need to block Green and not block Le'Veon, or I need to block Le'Veon and not block Green, or I need to get this right, this pass protection right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, nothing good can happen if you don't block.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think your pass protection is number one, as you said. I think you got to get your pass protection in order, and then after that, identify where they're trying to go with the ball, and then what's the adjustment that takes that away. So there's different layers to how it could work. So for example, let's back out. Let's just have you go take corner strike.
Right.
So before the patch, what a lot of guys were doing would be the following. So I'll go in. I'll just take. Okay, cover 2 sink. So you'd find a corner strike.
I have one in spread.
Not the best one, but it'll still work.
Yeah.
So what I had seen a lot of people do before the patch was, something of this nature, right? You do a hard flat with soft squats, and then a snap of the ball. What would happen is the hard flat would take it. That would allow the soft squat to drop and play the outside part downfield, right? Well, now if you play cloud flats on the outside, the cloud flats are going to take away the corner pattern, so run the snap of the ball. So they do a good job now at taking that away. Like, they sit back there and they're in position now. So that's one thing to know is, okay, if my opponent's going to run the corner out, they're going to want to, I need to have a cloud flat. A cloud flat will take away the corner route. So in that instance, that's your first step, okay? I'm going to take away the cloud flat with the corner, but now I'm going to give up the underneath route. So how do I stop that, right? So again, the adjustment there would be the following. So you'd go back to your cloud flats, and then I would recommend you would say, okay, well, how am I going to take away the flat? Okay, well, the easiest way to do that would be to drop outside linebackers into hard flats. So now you run corner strike, cloud flats, and I have the flats taken away, and for all intents and purposes, corner strike's locked up.
Right.
Now there's a lot of other things you can do off of it.
Right.
And there's all the adjustments you can do. So then the next thing I would say, the way you improve your defense is you do the following, right? You go, okay, I'm going to play corner flats or cloud flats. I see his halfbacks on the left side of the field. Okay, well, or on the right side, I want to generate pressure. Let's just say this is a blitz and it's going to work, right? I want to generate pressure off the left side of the field, but I'm going to take away the right side. I'm going to take away one flat, and then I'm going to user underneath here and take that away. Or I'm going to user the halfback underneath, because if the halfback runs a route, I'm going to get pressure, and I'm going to take that away. I'm going to take that away, and now everything's locked. So I manually took it away, but now I'm going to generate pressure off of it. So those are your secondary adjustments. Now the flip side of the part that is difficult in game is when your opponent starts adjusting to what you're doing. So you have to then be ready for
right. Because what they'll do is like this.
Right. So then you have to look at your defense, and you have to say, what's the thing that I need to take away? Okay, under no circumstance in 3rd and 12 can I give up the corner. Okay, so make sure you have cloud flats. I'm really kind of worried a little bit about Rodgers here on the slant, though. So if you take a linebacker and man him up Rodgers on him, okay, that could be the next step. And then this could be your setup. Okay, I'm going to
look for the drag, and then I'm going to drop to the halfback, to the tight. Say Green's on a drag,
right. Okay.
I'm going to look there, drop to the halfback. Okay, all right, take it away. All right, it's 12 yards. Right. Okay.
So you need to know you need to know your minimum threshold of what do I need to take away to have success on this play. So if I said Falls, it's 3rd and 12, it's 3rd and 3. What would your instinct tell you? 3rd and 3, big part of the game.
Generally hard flats.
Right, hard flats.
Yeah.
But if you're
how do you get a hard flat again? There's 2 ways.
Coverage audible down.
Yep.
Right.
That'll do both.
Right.
How do you do a single?
You would go over to audible. Here, I'd go over and I would hot route that safety to a hard flat, and then I'd still have a hard flat soft squat.
Right.
So you could take away.
Well, what's the button?
Y, X, and then D-pad to the left.
Got it.
So what I would recommend 3rd and 3. Okay, I can't let the flat beat me. That's what I'm take away. I didn't do it, but I would recommend you need to then generate pressure, quick pressure, because if you're going to play a hard flat on 3rd and 3, your responsibility is to generate pressure and to take away the quick read, and the goal is like, oh, they don't have time to hit the corner. So that's the idea of why the blitz exists, right? I'm not going to give them time to throw the deep developing route.
So that's
a lot of levels.
Lock up for that's how you lock up your corner strike. It's obviously easier now with those zones working better. Halfback wheel, you got to play a Mabel coverage. Mabel coverage makes sure to defend the flat and the corner. Pretty simple. 4 verts, not that tough to stop in this year's game. It can beat cover 2 certainly in the seams, or if the halfback route out of the backfield is really good, you got to use her that, and it can be tough. It's definitely tough. And then toss plays, I don't find those super challenging. Just make sure you're getting your force defender out wide enough. But I think Brett Cole brings a good point, right? So he said in the question, how do you beat those cheese plays or the popular plays? Well, those 3 popular plays you listed all do 3 different things, and all 3 of the different things they do 3 different things.
But it's
one attacks the corners.
But by design, it's not a cheese play. By design.
No, I agree.
I mean, there's certain things that people say, they motion, they throw the open side of the field. Certain zones don't drop. We can get into all the semantics of that. But the purpose, when you run a corner strike, the whole point of it is it's really hard to defend because you have a high-low. You make the defense decide. Do you want to put a resource to defend the low, or do you want to put a resource to defend the high? And if you don't put a resource to defend the low, you throw the low until they put a resource there. So I was just going to get the same here. If I played Mabel, the perfect defense in theory would be to play Mabel, right?
Right.
So what's the flaw with Mabel though?
It goes to both sides, or it doesn't go to both sides.
Not that, but say if you did play defense that sends it to both sides. Now the flaw with Mabel is the following. You have 3 resources deep. You can only rush 3. I'm gonna have a Mabel on both sides, and I got 1 guy over the middle of the field. Right. So if you were to run any type of
now I
run
4 verts.
I'm in so big trouble. I'm in huge problem. So that's the name of the game. There's a lot of semantics to get into about. Okay, this route is more effective. It's too effective against this, but the base level of it is it's supposed to make it very difficult to defend. It's supposed to.
Yeah. So and it's just the attitude of I know it's frustrating. You go against similar schemes. You run into players that are utilizing the best tactics. But if you cop out and you say, it's cheese, I'm not going to play this. Once you've called something cheese, and you've lost. You've lost because it's well, I would defend that, but it should work this way, or it should work that way, or this zone I put out there should stop it, but it doesn't. That's cheese.
I think this defense is the best defense stock that you could run in the game. Right here.
But the thing is if you have the attitude of wow, I'm taking this as a challenge. Mm-hmm. I'm taking this as a challenge to stop these plays. Then that's what you got to do.
Right. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me show you this right here.
You want to do a cheese rant?
Not a cheese rant. I don't want to do a cheese rant because I would.
They want you to do a cheese rant.
I'd love to eat cheese right now too.
Yeah.
I like a piece of cheese.
Why do you hate Chipotle's cheese?
It's too cold. I don't hate it. I love Chipotle, so don't put words in my mouth.
No, you said you hate it.
It's too cold consistently. So you get this piping hot burrito. It's just delicious, just getting ready to eat, or a salad bowl, right? And then they put the cheese on it, and the cheese, as it should be, it's nice and cold. It's very good temperature. But then they put the cheese on it, and it's not melted, and you get clumps. It's like the guac in the burrito. When you go there and you get guac in the burrito, do you get the guac evenly distributed throughout? No, you get a huge chunk, and then you get you get to that part of the burrito and you bite into it, and it's just a whole lot of guacamole.
It's a lot of guacamole.
It's the same thing with the cheese, and the cheese, the temperature isn't the same as the rest of the burrito.
Told you I could get him to do a cheese rant.
Really?
Yep.
When did you say that?
I could get him to do a cheese rant.
God.
Good rant.
So
all right.
Real quick though, I want to go with this. I think this is a defense right here. If you were to play a 3-4 odd, Tampa 2, take this defense. You have cloud flats on the outside, cover 2. I would tell you to do the following: RB, RB, X, D-pad left. RB, RB, B, D-pad right. Rush 3 people. Sorry, D-pad left. Rush 3 people. Use one of the linebackers, and play. Because this is going to stop a majority of all the things that your opponent wants to do. Because you're going to protect the short flat. This is the old school cover 2 hawk, right? So let me show you by design what cover 2 hawk looked, because this visual is not a great visual to see what the defense actually does, right? So this would be the visual of what it actually looks like. So this is what is it helps you visually understand what's being protected against.
That's what is visually happening. So good question from Ryan Berry, the inventor of the Todd. He says, are purples not really longer part of the meta because cloud flats play so much better? Do you even need purples anymore?
It depends. It depends. But visually, I wanted to show, like, the deep purple is not going to get all the way back. Like, if people start throwing outs and stuff and curls, like, yeah, it'll come back, right? And also, they'll play at a different depth. So that's what you like about it. But what I was showing there was just a visual of that setup that I had. This is the visual of, like, what's being defended. Don't snap it. This defense, old school Madden, if you remember it, cover 2 hawk, this was like by default, it existed in the game.
Right.
So this has great coverage all over the field. What's good about it is you're going to defend the sidelines, the effective way people want to play, and then you also have 2 hooks in the middle of the field, so you probably won't get beat by seams, right? You're going to defend those deep corners. What do you have to worry about? You're not generating pressure. But for a coverage defense, real good. And the way you do that quickly.
Yep.
Would be play the Tampa 2 out of 3-4 odd. Tampa 2, 3-4 odd. Here it is. Right?
So 3-4 odd's making a comeback tonight.
Oh yeah, 3-4 odd. Tampa 2.
The return.
RBRBX left, RBB left, and then you're ready to go. Rush. It doesn't look like it does. It looks terrible because you have the flats and you can't distinguish them but really they're playing the outside guys are playing cloud flats. You see how they drop back, and it's good. If you get some big dogs out there rushing, it's not bad.
Say the setup one more time again in English.
What?
The button setup for that play.
So Tampa 2 from 3-4 odd, and you'd hit RB, X to the outside linebacker, this defender, Ollie, and then D-pad to the left. So this defender here goes into a hard flat. And then you hit RB, B, D-pad left, and then this defender here, Houston, he would drop into a hard flat. And then I would say get your best pass rushers, Russian, get your best user here and your best zone coverage guy here. And the other thing you could do here is you could in theory, man up, right? I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do, but I would say this is a base, probably the best stock coverage. If you could make this coverage, I dove, but the best coverage you could find in the game.
I like it. All right, next mailbag question. Let's find it right here. One more left to go. Big Soul 17, he wants to know, what are your Bills and Pats Club Series predictions? You got thoughts on the Bills and Pats Club Series? So we said it says got, what do you think?
I mean, I haven't looked at like the Pats. Like I know who a couple of the guys playing. It's tough for me to say until I get there and like get the chance to talk to the guys. Like,
right.
Skimbo, Volrex, and Franchise GG, they're my favorites. I know those guys going in, but I can't put disrespect on the other guys' names. Like, When I went to Vikings and I sat down and talked to Anti-Hero, like, the things that he was saying, I was like, oh, this guy's a baller. Like, I get it. When I got a chance to talk to Dirty, I was like, oh, this guy's a baller. He almost beat Strafen. He was this close to beating Strafen. So I think without a doubt those guys are your favorites.
Dude, Nova Cryptip's in the house. He's in the Bills event.
Nova Cryptic? All right.
All right, so here's what I got for the Bills event, because I'll be there. We've got Los as the 1 seed, which he is. T-Rex have a heart attacks down in the 7th. I've seen that gamer tag. AKG, I believe, is in the 4. Buffalo Rob's in the 8. I feel like he's just coming back, like ready to make some noise.
B-Rob's a sneaky 8.
Nova Cryptic's in there. Nova Cryptic, email me, maddenbible@gmail.com, your life story. I need to know your life story. I need to know everything about you. I need to know how long you've been playing Madden. I need to know what's your favorite mode, who your favorite players are.
Your favorite type of...
Need to know everything.
Chipotle.
Need to know everything. Ocean Gang?
Jacob.
Young guy.
Jacob, right?
Young guy.
Yeah.
Got a lot of experience during the last event, made it to group stage. He's now got to have the confidence, right?
Yeah.
Like, the Bills event's super compelling. New England's impressive because Skimbo's the favorite, and then Volterax could light it up. And then there's some other guys who got their shot. Buffalo, I feel like, is so wide open. You know, there's no like deep guy who's made a run yet. Los had a good run, but Jacob's super tough. And then everybody else I've heard of. It's like the deepest field. Like, I've heard of all these other guys. Right. So I'm excited to see how they play and perform on the big stage.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to see Volterax in person play.
Yeah.
Like, that's a guy, like, right now, he's number 1 and 2, I think, on one leaderboard. Guy's just out there grinding.
Yeah.
Playing games.
Gibbs.
He's balling.
let's break this down.
Okay.
We got brand new Campus Heroes today.
Okay.
So let's look at these guys. There's Campus Hero Legends, and then there's just regular Campus Heroes. Michael Crabtree picks up an item.
Yep.
6'1" receiver with playmaker, double chain mover, 91 speed, 91 spec, 93 catch in traffic, 92 route running.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not a winner though. What do you
What's
think?
the price?
He's gonna be.
It all depends on the
He's gonna be
price.
pretty saucy.
Yeah, it all depends on the price.
What would you use him for? And then what price would you be willing to pay?
He plays the role of like the Jerry Rice, the Tim Browns. Like his job is to be a great route runner and hold on to the rock over the middle of the field.
Yep.
But depending on the price,
And he has
that's
playmaker, which is
really,
nice.
Like he's lower tiered than I would want him. So if his price was like really great, that could be a great value item. But he's not buffed enough in all the right spots to make me go, oh, I want him over Tim Brown. Or
Can I give a mega shout out for them putting? That looks like he's wearing the chain in this picture.
chain movers. Yeah.
No, well that, but like I think they also somebody pulled off his chain in a game. Talib maybe.
Oh.
I think this was a situation. So shout out if that is indeed correct. Toby Gearhart, battle ready halfback, 6 feet tall, 90 speed,
Oh my goodness.
96 carry, 95 truck, 94 acceleration. Now,
Oh my goodness.
His agility's a little bit low.
What's his price?
But dude, look at this beast right here.
Oh my gosh.
86 strength. He's battle ready. He's got double
Great route running, great catching traffic for a halfback.
bruising back.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, what do you think?
Love it.
Big
That's
fan.
Really good. I'm a big fan.
What would you want to see him come down to? 200K or so?
I mean, right. I mean, his price right now, $375. What I like about that is in a month, that's a guy that you're going to be able to go out and probably get for 80K, 80, 90K. No?
Yeah,
That's great.
that's big. Compare
excited.
him to LeGarrette. Compare him to Signature AP, and see if he's a good value for your team. Manti Te'o gets secure tackler. Now, 85 speed, but he's got 95 play recognition, which is
90
like
power.
insane, and then 87 zone.
90 power is good. Pursuit's really good. Blockshed low, so you're going to want to use him. At 6'1".
I mean, that's not good, but it's not like low.
What? 85 Blockshed?
That's not horrible.
Pretty low. For 96 overall middle linebacker, pretty low.
Disagree.
I'm excited to see the
He's a
combo.
coverage style
I'm
guy.
excited to see the combo.
He's a coverage style guy.
Yeah.
You can't use this guy. He's only got 85 speed and he's 6'1".
He's
He
spectacular, so yes, you do have to use him. That's the whole point.
you don't get it if you just click on.
That's like battle ready. You don't get it if you just let him go.
I think we're disagreeing here.
Huh?
He's a decent option. I think he's going to be too much. But
show me
if you want a Luke Kuechly type guy, the Tom is going to hurt you, Gibbs. The Tom is going to hurt you. You know why?
Why?
Because they did it to him.
Let me see.
They did it to him,
He's
Gibbs.
going to be 78 speed.
They did it to him,
77
Gibbs.
speed.
They did it to him, Gibbs.
83 speed?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
He's a run stuffing edge setter with 83 speed,
what's his-
93 strength, 92 block shed, 90 hit power. His power move is going to be pretty good, but obviously the speed is kind of low. He doesn't motivate, so like his motivator does.
Gives you +2 play rack. What's his power move?
Power move is 95.
That's good.
And his finesse move is 92.
That's
Kind of
that's
insane.
a fantastic item.
He's a little slow though. Can you get away with him? He's not the meta.
Sure.
What do you do with him?
Play nickel 245. Do DN.
Is he better than
package.
Jadeveon Clowney?
You get him at D tackle.
Better than Clowney?
He's pretty good. I don't know. We have to compare him, but 93 block shed. If you were to pair up with Vernon and if you get this, pair him with Vernon, Beasley, Donald. He goes 97 power move, 94 finesse move, 95 block shed. That's not fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
good.
a dope item.
Okay.
Plus his strength is 93. The strength is that's the key there. Now he's got good high strength too.
Not for 300K though yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
That's a
But
pretty
somebody to look at.
It's a pretty good item.
Selena Gomez, Sanquez Golson,
Yep.
Mississippi.
Price.
92 speed, 93 zone. I've continually said that you should be getting guys that have 93 speed with 93 zone or higher at this stage of the season. There's a lot of corners out there that bring it. He's 5'9", that hurts me a little bit. If he was 6'1", I think this would be a better value. I love that he has 91 play rec.
Price.
We'll find out. Claiborne. Let's see what Golson has.
Too much.
Yeah, far too much.
Can't pay it. Can't pay
70. He's a 60K guy
Can't pay that coin.
for that height.
Yeah.
You gotta get taller. Claiborne has 82 speed with
Out.
92 strength,
Nope.
88 block shed, 93 power move.
Don't even want to see. Don't even want to see his price.
Why not?
Blocksheds 88, power moves 93, strength 92. I don't even want to see it. What's he supposed to do? What do you want him to do?
He does a little bit of everything.
I don't want him.
Dude, he could have 95 power move.
Don't want him on my field.
I'm going to disagree with Gibbs here for the budget guys at home.
What's his price?
For the budget guys at home that need a decent, beefier end.
He's gonna be too expensive to be budget.
We'll see. We'll see.
90K.
Okay, Nick O'Leary. I think he's a long snapper, but look what they did. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a special guy.
He's got chain mover and SE.
Dude, run block.
95 catching traffic. With DeAndre Hopkins, he's at 97.
He's probably one of the best route runners at tight end. Close
89's good.
Close to it.
You got to find a way to get him to 92. I don't know if you can do that with SE, but dude, you can get this guy to 98 catching traffic.
It's ridiculous.
Is that
Can we see Claiborne's price?
something you'd be interested in?
Yeah. I think that's a fantastic item. What's O'Leary's price?
We'll find out O'Leary's price, and then Chance Warmack,
No.
you can get
Not
better
for,
options.
Not for 88 pass block. Yeah, I need 90-90. Threshold. This late in the year, 90-90 or bust.
Okay.
See, 80K, too much. Too much. If he drops to 20, fantastic. Fantastic. 30K? Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I agree. And there's Wolf's out. There's the Derek Wolf. There's a bunch of dudes that do kind of what he does, but he's pretty strong and balanced. I think you're underrating him a little bit.
He's pretty good. If you gotta buff him for sure. What's O'Leary?
Nick O'Leary, I said he's not a long snapper, but he looks like a long snapper because he doesn't wear gloves. Who doesn't wear gloves? Grow up.
Who are we gonna compare him to? Just pull up Jared Cook. Pull up Jared Cook.
Not related at all.
Why?
Because he has 95 catching traffic.
But Jared Cook is like a kind of a default tight end for people in salary cap.
In
Not that
salary
one, not
cap?
That one. Yes. That one.
Yeah, they're not even close.
It's for 20K. That's what I'm saying.
But they don't do anything even close to being related. They're not even the same type of player.
Just saying. All right.
Maybe Vance. I got to further investigate O'Leary.
Okay.
Got to look into it more.
Okay.
All right. Let's jump out of this. We'll go back to the game right here. Anybody else got more mailbag questions? We'll go lightning round super quick on a couple mailbag questions.
Am I doing a draft?
I don't know if he drafted. If he didn't, he loses his spot because we told him to draft. He didn't take it serious.
Wolf, go draft.
We don't have time to wolf around.
Updog says, fun fact, Nick O'Leary related to Jack Nicklaus. Wow. Is that true?
That's interesting.
That's fantastic.
Shout out to Blame Zach in the building, improving his game.
That's the one knock on the O'Leary. He's got 82 speed, right? That's a big time knock. That's really slow.
Do you want to redraft?
Yeah. I don't want to use that controller.
Yes, you do.
That controller.
Stop coughing. Figure it out.
I can't.
Figure it out.
I can't. What do you want? What do you want a guy that's got a cough? Right?
Cover your mouth. I don't know.
All right. All right.
I held my breath last night for a minute and 40 seconds.
For what? Why?
Because Harrison Smith quit on my team.
What do you mean?
He was like, I'm not tackling that guy. I'm going to do it. And I was like, I'm going to hold my breath until the next snap. And then the quarter happened. I almost died. What was I going to look up right here?
I don't know. You yelled at me.
You coughed on me.
I'm not coughing. It's like a baby cough.
The germs come out. Cover your mouth.
I'm clearing my throat.
Do you want to redraft?
Yeah. I don't want your team.
You might want my team.
I don't want your team.
No, you might want my team.
In no circumstance do I want your team.
Let me show you my team. So you're not going to get a Marcus Allen if you draft right now. Panthers.
Don't want that.
I'm 2-0 with it. I'm nasty.
I don't want that.
You don't want this team.
I don't want it.
You're making a mistake.
I don't want the team.
You can't beat Wolf with this team?
I don't want your team. It's not about your team, my team. I'm just not playing with a team that you drafted.
Reset draft it is.
Trash Man knows. You can hardly see Gibbs. Because Falls, the proof's in the pudding.
Stop coughing on me.
I didn't cough.
Shh.
You just yelled.
I know, but you made me angry.
I did.
I'm going to go to the mailbag. That's what will soothe.
I did that. There's no germs coming out.
All right.
Winter.
You ready?
No.
No, you ready for the mailbag.
I'm doing my draft.
All right, Gibbs going to do his draft.
Cleveland?
Believeland? We just went through the Falcons.
Gotta
It could be a nice tie together. Falcons could be a nice tie together.
No, gotta do Cleveland.
Don't use my playbook.
It's not your playbook.
That's my playbook.
You picked it.
Yep. Chat will back me up. You could have had Russell Wilson. Instead, you got 2 guys from the Dolphins. Ugh. And then another guy from the Jags. Ugh. Florida quarterbacks with turquoise uniforms right here. They're both actually all kind of good in this game right here.
Like, that means I'm going to get heat later on.
Blake Bortles?
Yeah, it means I'm going to get heat later on.
You could have had Marcus Allen. That is my playbook. Thank you very much, Razor Man. They said I wasn't good anymore.
It's not your playbook. You can't call playbook.
You know what the chat hates more than anything? The comments?
What?
When you draft slow. They hate it. Kelvin Benjamin, big stud, spec catch receiver. Jamal Charles, very good route running at halfback. Could have used that, but Gibbs needs that blankie for Z-spot against Wolfman. The blankie.
Really big dog.
Damon Harrison.
This guy's not good.
Denzel
Gotta go
Washington.
with snacks. Gotta go snacks, unfortunately.
Wesley Woodyard.
This might be the worst draft I've ever had.
I actually had a better player than Damon Harrison for beef on my team. Brandon Williams, might have heard of him. Big time. Danny Woodhead, good route running. Demaryius Thomas, also good route running, but for a different reason, because he's a receiver. Danny Woodhead's pretty good all-around player. You don't have a halfback yet. You went Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get good wideouts.
Adrian Peterson, Andre Johnson.
Carey is so bad, though. Can't pass on him.
Harrison Smith didn't miss a tackle, I agree, but he quit on the play. He would have made the tackle if he didn't stop. This is a controversial coaching decision. I'm willing to live with it. I benched him on the spot. He had to go. It was his time. It caused some turmoil in the squad, in the comments, but I had to react. We were trailing at the time. I felt like I needed to make a statement. We motivated our team. Eric Berry came on the field. We got the turnovers we needed, and we got the victory. Mel Blount reacted. He reacted in a big-time way because we were able to...
Guy needs a tight end, man.
Lock it. I'll evaluate the tape, but he's already been on waivers. I'm sorry. Jimmy Graham
Ask and you shall receive.
needs a tight end, gets Jimmy Graham.
Our team's pretty good.
Wolfman, what playbook do you have, and what's your team like? Marty B, 2 tight end set?
Yeah.
That's pretty
He's
good.
not that good, though. But I'll take him because he gives me some flexibility.
Says his own tight end who won him a Super Bowl is not that good. That's the type of friend SGibs is. A great user. So you have 2 good CB linebackers.
84. Not my best. Not my best.
All right, go to play game. Find a friend. I'm going to rally through the mailbag here. Gibbs, how can you improve your football IQ? Just play a lot of games. Playing a lot of games gets you in a lot of situations, a lot of clock to figure out what to do. Also look at like strategy decisions from NFL. I'd go back and read stuff every Sunday. I'd watch
Smart football.
Super Bowl over and over again. Predictions for PH.
I went this way.
So now I got germs on my bed instead of on my predictions for position hero offense. I don't really have any guesses.
Wolf not accept it?
He maybe he's ducking. Just pressure it once, maybe.
No, I didn't push anything. I went away.
It's loading.
Keep gaining depth. I feel like it runs.
Started using the Broncos playbook, subbing in the tight ends and wideouts, like the scheme showed. Turns out your opponent still sees 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back, even with 3 tight ends on the field. Is there any way around this? I didn't think about it till my buddy told me when we played each other. Almost renders the scheme useless. No, it renders the scheme awesome.
Makes it way better.
Yeah, because then they don't know.
They don't
know that you got beef out there and you're about to block them.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
You got the beef on the field. You actually don't want them to see it because then they'll have a tell that you're doing it.
Right, definitely. Is 96 Talvin Smith worth the coin? No, I think he's overpriced at the moment. I think he will be worth the coin shortly. I love him. I think he's a great player, but I think you got to wait for the price to settle in a little bit. How to come up with schemes. We've talked about like the exact steps we take to do it.
Redraft?
Yeah. No. You don't get the redraft. It doesn't work that way.
Why?
Because it doesn't work that way.
Why not? It's the best part.
Why would it work that way?
Drafting is the best part. Is it not? So now it works.
So I pushed the button and it works. Gibbs was maybe hitting the B button so he could try and duck
I wasn't
Wolfman.
hitting the B button.
We don't know that. I'm in a good position to play most of the time. User, you want to hold Y if you're struggling to user. Just hold Y, get in position, try and strafe, get underneath the throw, get up, make a play. I hope Wolf brings in an 87 team and blows your doors off.
Yeah, he's probably redrafting right now.
No, he redrafted earlier. But if he was smart, he would have redrafted yesterday. Why are you popping my sticks, bro?
Because it's embarrassing that you play with this. Can you actually switch out the thing with the other controller?
It's just a Gears of War logo. That's it.
I don't want to play with it. Can you get the other controller and give me the knob?
What?
Yeah, they're interchangeable. Get the other controller.
Where is it?
Like, tell me that's not the smartest thing of all time. That's brilliant. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I like this.
That thing's terrible.
How else do I know where my stick grenades are?
Do you see what he plays with?
That's where my stick grenades are.
Look what he plays with. He plays with this, like, weird knob.
Says the guy wearing a bracelet. All right, next question. We did Campus Heroes. We did Club Series. We're doing Draft Champions right now. Talk quick snapping. We talked about run defense. We talked gun tight flex. We didn't talk Minnesota spread. We'll do that in the future. We just go back and watch what T-Raw was able to do with those plays right there and send people over to him if they have questions.
All right.
SGibs against Wolfman in the game of the week.
Here we go.
You call me in if you need me.
I'm not.
Call me in if you need
You
me.
have auto flip on?
Yeah, play with auto flip
the
on.
worst.
I play with auto flip
You're
on.
the worst.
It's Xbox Player Friend. It's on. It's Xbox Player Friend. I believe auto flip is on. I don't know that. I play with it on because I like it. How about that?
Catch me outside.
Get me outside. How about that? I like it. All right, SGibs on offense right now. He's playing Wolfman in Draft Champions Play a Friend. He is in the Browns offense and Browns defense. Wolfman, what playbooks are you in? We'll be reading your questions in the chat. We'll be breaking stuff down. Gibbs will share what plays he's running against Wolfman because he shouldn't have to use much brain power to take him down. PAF slide is the call right here. He goes underneath to Jimmy Graham, who breaks a tackle battle in the flat. You like that PAF slide?
Yeah.
Start the game. What's good about it?
You got a lot of quick crossers. You got a post. It's overall a good play.
Wolfman is in the Bills offense, Bills defense. So a very good defensive playbook. And pretty solid on offense, too. I like it. Gibbs, 2nd and 5. He's going to the gun bunch weak. Let's see if he's got time to motion it out. Kelvin Benjamin brings him in. Runs off tackle. Did that feel slow to you?
Felt adequate.
Felt normal? Looked. You only got a yard.
So?
I thought you had better blocking than that. Peterson never really got like going, you know. Yeah, Fubu. I have a lot more user tips. I appreciate your question. I didn't have time to go over it fully, but I've got a lot of videos on user control, where to be, why to be, how to be. So definitely check my YouTube channel down there, and it should help you improve your user control. 3rd and 4 underneath. What'd you see there?
Little in out read with a corner strike.
Now he's playing a lot of cover 2. Are you gonna wait and then go big, or are you just gonna keep taking what's there?
We'll see what we got.
Funny story from Foxborough 8. He says, Farrell, what's the biggest comeback in Madden you can remember having? The real answer is the comeback that happened against me at the Madden 13 Challenge. But what I'll say is, against Wolfman, did I remind you that play was there?
Nope. I just knew he was going to come too. It's a wolf. It's wolf.
So that was verticals?
Yeah.
Outside route? Did you have... He didn't rush anybody, or...?
No, it's wolf.
I played Wolfman on the game of the week, TWIM City Miracle. I was down like 15 points with 37 seconds to go, and I scored a ridiculous touchdown. Onside kick, another ridiculous touchdown, like Jared Cook with like no time left in the front of the end zone. You got to go back and watch the TWIM City Miracle if you're looking for comeback games. Is the new Marcus Golden worth 160? Chris, I'd have to see who that would put him in the same cost range at, but I do really like the Marcus Golden. I think he's very, very good. But there's so many of those types of players out there that I can't imagine that there's not a better budget option. But if you compare him to the Mac, compare him to the Miller, I bet he stacks up pretty favorably. Shane O'Mac struggling to run the ball in the Colts playbook. I would say their Y trips halfback week is a good set to run out of. Their I form I stay away from, but you could try and go there. We'll see. 3rd and goal here for Gibbs. Blake Bortles, high point, not caught for a touchdown by Kelvin Benjamin in the back of the end zone. And Gibbs is going to settle for 3. Stalled out in the red zone. Tell us about that. Stop coughing.
I didn't. I cleared my throat there. That's throat clear.
Can we get a chat? Can the chat? Is he coughing or is he clearing his throat?
That's a throat clear.
That's a throat clear.
That would be a baby cough.
Let's see what the chat determines. Question from Neutron. Top 3 pass rushing linebackers for 80K or less. Let me get on Mudhead.
Bruce Irvin's up there.
Still though?
Yeah. With some buffs, he's 88 speed. Like, that's part of the reason why he's still really valuable, I think. See? Throat clear. Phase nose. Not a cough. Throat clear. See? Let me clear my throat.
Black lung. Choking? Perhaps you're going to choke. I like that. That's good. That's good. Because you didn't score in the red zone after like an 80-yard play and you're playing the Wolf. And you're 4 points closer to losing. You also note, with all due respect, you botched my saying.
What?
Sometimes Madden's easy, sometimes Madden's hard.
Yeah, what'd I say?
You're like, you know what Farrell's always says? Sometimes Madden's something, and sometimes Madden's something else. I'm like, close, close. But that's okay. We'll bring it back. He's pounding the rock. He was watching TWIM earlier when he heard Power O was good, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if he's ready. We also, I would like to announce in the chat that we have a brand new emote called a Todd emote. So if Wolf throws a pick, or Gibbs, we want to use the Todd big time. Bro Beans, I went over that question. You don't want it to show up. You're in a better position with it not showing up. Wolfman with some bad stick work probably has had touchdowns on the last 2 plays. Instead, sits with 50 yards. Gibbs clears his throat. And then coughs.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, yeah. Is the 3-4 over edge same as 3-4 odd? I don't know about that, Heavy Dizzle. Gibbs going more aggressive run D. Gurley almost escapes, but gets caught up. The James Harrison against the Tamba Hali, those are 2 guys to compare. Both have, one has 82 speed, one has 83 speed. They both have really good strength, block shit, hit power. Probably pass rush move. The Terrell Suggs Legend is 125, so the Golden's much faster. They're not really the same type of guy. He's more of a run stuffer.
Coughgate?
Yeah, I would say Marcus Golden's very close to being worth that price. I'm not seeing many guys that are better. 60K Man of the Month Von Miller as a pass rusher. 2nd and 9. Wolfman with some more questionable stick right there, but a good play call. You could get Landon Collins out of position, not as a pass rusher. Yeah, Bruce Irvin would definitely factor in, and he's right about that price, 70K. Bud Dupree as a user. Are some guys. Wolfman goes to the flat on 3rd and 5 and has bad stick, goes back into the middle. SGibs pushes really hard on the controller, makes the tackle. Identifier and salary cap, I like it, but Wolfman gets a conversion right there. Had it wide open. He's carving up Gibbs right now. Almost a Todd. A mini Todd right there. Just getting ready, just practicing, finding that emote, knowing where it is. What type of receiver do you need for 400K, Joe? Wolfman. Looking to the flat, looking to the corner. Throws.
Terrible.
Not a Todd. That is not a Todd. I don't know why he clicked on to try and rocket catch. Instead, the ball sails over his head as he doesn't get an animation, and Chris Harris picks it off.
Tough.
That is, I can't call that a Todd. I'll put it in the chat anyways, but it's technically a dot to your DB. That's when clicking on goes wrong, folks. Clicking on goes wrong. I've had that happen to me on Z-Spot a couple times. Gibbs with this a baby Skimbo.
Yeah?
And then Gibbs will meet Skimbo in New England.
And go, my guy.
He'd be like,
Give him a pound.
yo, bro, I was running your gun bunch delayed slant on the game of the week. And he's like, what is the game of the week? What are you talking? I was playing Wolfman. Who is that? Dude, it was so tough. It was so tough. I just watched it. You didn't even do it right. That's okay, man. It was sick. Gun bunch for life. With gun bunch bros, he's gonna be like, get away from me.
Yeah?
Stop coughing on me.
I didn't cough.
No, I'm saying that's what Skimbo will say.
All right.
I like the baby Skimbo.
Yeah.
I like the baby Skimbo.
You guys gonna run a baby Skimbo.
Skimbo's really good at the game.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That's a challenge. 3rd and 1, Gibbs gets inches. He's gonna go for it. It's at the 2-minute warning right now. He has McCaffrey. He's grinding.
That's a cough. Different.
Who would fit well opposite McCaffrey? 100K. So opposite McCaffrey, you kind of want maybe a spec guy, like a Moss, like a Freeze Moss. Maybe the new Vincent Jackson. The new Vincent Jackson could be pretty good. Razorman, tips to start a MUT team. Wolfman did pretty good right there, but you got it.
I got him. I got him with the hook.
Just grinding your solos, Razorman. So getting the best budget lineup you can get, which we have a sheet that you can click on and shows you all the guys you want to start with for very, very cheap. Start there. Get to that proficient lineup at like an 82. Get to that like really, really good 84 lineup where you're solid at all your positions. Then start playing, and just get as much in as you can. 1st and 10. He picked up the first down. He's got 1:34 to go. Blake Bortles dropping. Gets tackled right there. Eric Reed in coverage. 1:18 to go. 2nd and 8. He's going deep to the corner right here. This
Don't
is
call it out.
gun bunch tight end. Wolf's not watching.
Of course he is.
No, he's not.
Of course. It's Wolf.
Y button. Well, bam. Gibbs threw that low. Wolf threw a similar throw, threw a pick. Gibbs clicked threw low, and
That was
then
also against Mabel.
put it in a good play. That's against Mabel. That's the exact defense you would want to call against that play,
Right.
if it wasn't such a good play. Video on YouTube to how run the setup on that play. Search the best corner route in Madden 17, best deep corner in Madden 17, and you'll find that play. Didn't get a hit stick on you. 55 to go. Bogey never got into the mini scheme. Just didn't get a chance to break it down. But definitely check out what T-Raw's doing with it from last game of the week. That's kind of what I wanted to explore, like why it was so effective.
Oh, I needed time in the poly
I think he was going to lurk you.
I needed time in the poly
I think he was going to lurk you.
No, it wasn't.
3rd and 5 coming up.
Needed time in the poly pocket, kid.
24-yard line. Keenan Allen 96 signature. Yeah, very good, DJ. I've always liked Keenan Allen's in Madden. Baby Skimbo.
Baby Skimbo, baby.
Baby Skimbo. My favorite part of this entire show, you want to know what it is?
What?
That your Jimmy Neutron haircut's cut off. Just your haircut, because it's so tall.
How much shade could you throw at one man? That's my question.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Bortles dropping back, throws to the flat. Wolfman with bad tackling, and Adrian Peterson takes it to the 1. Goes out of bounds. What's up, Swag Legend? If anybody follows the channel, I will break down how you got your gamer tag. Trev, yes, broken down gun bunch tight end a couple times.
You gotta go for it one time, right?
What a sneak.
Well, offsides.
Wolfman goes off sides, maybe trying to get booted from the match.
Yeah, probably.
Little toe gate, little offside gate. How long have you had that beard? Wolf, it's a serious question from DJ Mateo.
Started it last week.
Really?
Yeah.
You tossed it? Why would he not tackle you? What? He called. What was that?
Throat clear.
That's a little bit of both.
No, that was deliberate, so it was a throat clear. Like, that's a cough. That wasn't deliberate. I couldn't stop that.
Those are good tight ends, Bro Beans. Maybe better than. I mean, Dallas Clark's a very good route runner, but if he's not. Wappa is now following.
Wappa? Wappa, wappa, wappa.
He's from Boston and he loves Whoppers at Burger King.
Wappas.
Heavy Dizzle. He weighs over 300 pounds.
Who?
Heavy Dizzle.
How do you
That's
know?
how he got his gamer tag. I make up this. I don't make them up. The stories come to me.
Oh.
People follow the channel. Their text pops up and I say, "Huh, Brett Cole 84. His name's Brett Cole and he was born in 1984. Am I correct? I'm correct. Yes. Thank you very much." I just feel it.
Yeah?
I might be psychic when it comes to gamer tag. If Gibbs wins this game, I will let him go to the doctor to get his pneumonia checked out.
I don't have pneumonia, man.
We don't know. We're not sure because you haven't been to a doctor. Timeout.
All right.
If Wolfman gets 3 here, he gets ball at half. Then he just needs an offense and a touchdown, and he can tie the game.
Yeah. Whichever comes first. Okay.
Yeah. I am Ryan Berry. So he was Ryan Berry was riding on a horse when he was 10 years old. He fell off, banged his head, got amnesia, forgot who he was. Then one day he realized, I am Ryan Berry. On that same day, he made a Twitch account, and he became the man we now recognize today as Ryan Berry.
Ryan Barry.
Los Banks in the house. What's up, man? How you doing? How you been? Ed Wired, I'll be on the Bills Challenger games.
First down at 10 now for the offensive group. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
7 seconds to go. Wolf needs yards for a field goal. He dropped that ball. Tory TV. His last name's Tory. I think his name's Ryan Tory. That's what's coming to me. Isaiah Payne, that's his full name, 21. He's not 21 years old. That's what many people think. His favorite player in sports was Deion Sanders. That's why he has the number 21. Back to the first guy. What are you... What?
Ed Wired.
Prince TYR. That's a tough one.
Prince Ty. Prince Tired.
No. Okay.
Captain KT.
So Prince, when he was growing up, his mom would let him watch VCR movies.
Yeah.
But they only had Disney movies. And his sister would always make him watch
Aladdin.
Always.
Like it
Always.
infuriates him to this day.
And her favorite character was Jasmine.
Yeah.
I mean, naturally.
Naturally.
So his initials are TYR. His 3 initials. It's like Thomas.
Prince Thomas. Yagu.
Something.
Ramirez.
No. Not Ramirez. He's not of Spanish origin, if I recall. So TYR, it's like Thomas.
It's at the edge.
Thomas. Something. Rolston? I think his last name's Rolston? Yes. And because he had to watch Jasmine so much, he wanted to be the prince for once. And that's how he got the name Prince as his nickname. Also, I mean, he dressed as Purple Rain once for Christmas. Roberts, that's what it is, Joey. Yes,
DJ
Roberts.
Do DJ Master Chill.
You know what I mean? It pops in your mind. You were close with Ramirez. I think it's Roberts. Just sometimes when it he had to listen to Magic Carpet Ride 1,000 times. A whole new world. MP Sanor in the building? PS4 player 10. He's been playing as a PS4 player since Madden 10. That's how we got his name. 2nd and 7. Wolfman. Marching. Slowly. C. Bixby is 22. Name. First name, last name. How's that stick doing?
It's good.
You're unloading that thing, bro.
That's how you play the game, man.
You don't get extra points for flicking it faster. It doesn't work. It's Reki 5. Last name's Reki. 5 is in relation to how many Maddens he's played. He's played 5 Madden games. It's Reki. 3rd and 3, Wolfman connects underneath. He's 8 for 10 right now, but he's just not getting enough chunks. He's a little methodical, and he's trailing, but he's got to keep it up. He's got to get points on this drive. Had a chance to get some points on the last one, but didn't. Capitals Steve. So Capitals is a huge Washington Capitals fan. Growing up, just, you know, Jim Carrey, the goaltender for the Capitals, like, that's basically his icon. So he's a huge Capitals fan. You might think something else, but that's what it is. Also, he grew up wearing Tevas. He would wear sandals to the beach. Jack Tavares, that's a simple one. Your name's not Jack Tavares, but your favorite character's name is Jack Tavares. So you made that your gamer tag. Wolfman almost throwing into a hard flat. Razorman. So when he was in high school, he wanted to get a cell phone. His parents like, you're not getting a cell phone, Razorman. You're not getting a cell phone. You're not good enough. You're not good enough to get a cell phone. Farrell's, you're not good enough at Madden. Razorman's not good enough to get a cell phone. And he's like, come on, I just want a cell phone. Come on, give me a cell phone. That's what I want for my birthday, which is his dates. That's what his numbers mean, because it was such a significant event for him. Didn't think he was getting the cell phone. He gets a Razor. He gets a Razor. You know, that little slim moto. Todd. That is a Todd.
Right,
that is an absolute Lurk City Todd, 1,000%. If you want to know how to lurk, you just got a free lifetime memo. That was the opposite of a dot, folks. It was a Todd.
Who came up with the Todd?
Ryan Berry.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's like the best thing I've ever heard. I can't get enough of the Todds.
GG's in the chat. Yeah, so he got a Razor phone. Changed his life. Started texting, got a cool new group of friends because he could text them, let's meet at the mall, a couple ladies, let me buy you lunch at the juice bar, all that stuff. Razor Man never been the same ever since.
Does he still have a razor? He still tries to relive the glory.
Yeah,
days,
he
right?
wanted to keep it. He's looked on eBay for some old ones, see if he could refurbish it, but it's just not viable with his lifestyle right now. But, you know, he definitely has the old phone saved, for sure. 17-0 right here. Are you going to try some new defenses? What are you trying to do here? 3-4 send pressure?
Yep.
Just mixing it up, seeing if it's viable?
Yeah.
So you're live labbing a defense, which you don't usually do.
No, you think I haven't labbed this?
I think you haven't labbed this.
It's not true.
Who's going to follow next? I like Wolf's play calls. You're going to say that they're bad?
Not at all.
Because they're like generic. He's running the ball.
No,
he threw a screen.
He was tough.
He called an end around.
All those plays.
Right.
Because he had plays to attack right, left. He ran left, ran like he had all the good plays for him.
Veristic, do I think the patch helps drop catches? To be honest, I never really dropped that many rack catches before the patch. Like, that's not something I felt like I faced. I saw them. I for certainly saw them, you know, commentating games and stuff, but I never, like, personally had it. I did drop one with Greg Olson yesterday. I don't know if it was just a true drop or if it was a rack drop, but then he caught 2 others, like, on that flat route. You guys might have saw it in that game yesterday. But I don't know. I haven't really. It's not something that wasn't my favorite fix of the patch because I never really like had to get angry about it. Gibbs with the SWAT team. The Kid Reese. His nickname is The Kid. Huge Marcel Reese fan. Started playing Raiders Madden 11. Loves it. Big fan.
He's gonna throw that.
He's gonna playmaker the guy, and that's a good play by Wolf. Good patience.
Good patience.
Good patience.
All right.
Let's see here. Bunch left. Motions. Ooh, who's that tight end? He's kind of
Crushing.
yeah. And he Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle's.
He's Doyle.
Light him up. Up. 2:40 to go. Wolfman needs a score quickly. Blitz C? That Blitz C is good, huh?
Real good. Real good.
Real good. Madden Menace? Don't be a menace. He gets Madden Menace. He's like, man, my gameplay really bothers other people because I'm so good at online Madden. I'm a menace. I'm the Madden Menace.
Stop them.
That's what he decided.
Tank G-Man playing Sid Meier's, Civ 6.
Yeah.
Reference.
If you guys have Steam, add me. C Farrells. We're going to play some games sometime. Probably never, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Why not just sneak it at some point, Wolf? I know he's in Sneak D, but like, come on.
Oh.
2-minute warning, Wolf. Considering I mean, he needs to get a field goal at some point, but.
Maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal.
Yikes. That's a saying from a famous TV show back in the day, and yikes. See, that's the play he ran against me, that fullback dive. It's kind of good.
It's the fullback punching it in from a yard away.
Captain Shane O'Mac used to lead an elite battle squad, so he's captain. He is favorite wrestler of all
But I
time.
defended it. But I defended it.
Is Shane
I'm a
O'Mac.
savage. Let's go. Get out of here, Wolf.
Why would he do? He didn't need that.
Because it's Wolf. Of course he's gonna do that. It's Wolf.
Delray 41.
He got scared making his username, so that's why it's Yikes.
Delray?
He's a big fan of Delray Beach. He vacations Delray Beach.
Loves it.
Loves it.
Loves it.
The number one thing he enjoys the most, he gets there, he puts his bags down, toes in the sand.
But here's what's good about his story. Here's what I find so interesting about Delray 41. Okay. His parents got married in 1941.
They did. I thought it was during World War II.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 41. When they got home,
Right.
they took. They met there. That's where they landed. They met on Delray Beach. He came along. They took him on vacation when he was a kid.
Yep.
But then he moved to the West Coast. He's a West Coast guy.
He's a West Coast Delray guy.
So when he got older, he was like, I'm trying to think of where to vacation. I don't know where to go. And then he recalled, like, wow, it was the great when we had the fam together and we were at Delray Beach. You know what? I'm going back this year. And he went back in the scent. And he put his toes back in the sand. He put his toes back in the water, and he's like, this is where I was meant to be. This reminds me of my childhood. And he just gamer tagged it ever since.
His favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. Gibbs is not my brother, no.
I'm very happy that I'm not his brother.
From the gun on third down, Bortles.
What is that route?
Street.
In the seam?
Yeah, against cover 2.
Tell me more.
Seam buster.
You like it?
Baby Skimbo.
Baby Skimbo.
Baby Skimbo, what?
He'd be like, yo, Skimbo, you streak that or you fade that, bro? Yeah? Cool, man. That's sick. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Yeah, it's cool. And then I'm going to do a slant, a little delayed slant. Yeah, that's how I live. Also take sacks. You had the B route. See, Skimbo would have already had that out. He trusts that backbreaker. He trusts that backbreaker.
Skimbo would have had that. Dang.
Ogman in the house, 97. Born in August of 97. There's zero chances anything else.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Third down now following the completed pass.
The body that Mitch caught?
To the line now.
Well, one day, Mitch was walking down the street. Okay? He's in New York. He's a 31-year-old lawyer. He's walking out. Yeah, he's having a bad day. And he walks out.
Wow.
And he sees a guy jump off the 4th floor, firewalk. And as he was in air, time kind of slowed down for Mitch. He said, I'm having a bad day. This guy's obviously having a bad day. He's falling out of the air. I got to do something. I'm not going to let my situation define me. And he hung on to him.
This will be fielded at the 17.
How's the controller?
What? It's
And
working great.
he caught it. He caught
Caught the
him.
body?
He caught him.
Is he the guy that they wrote that article about in the paper?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mitch took care of business. He laid the gentleman down on the ground. He nursed him back to health.
He's a legend.
He nursed him back to health until the authorities got there. That's how it does. Wow.
Todd. Total Todd.
Todd. Todd. Todd. Todd.
Total Todd.
Todd.
Wow.
Todd.
Wow. Wolf. Total Todd.
Total Todd. Yeah, it was a tough day for Mitch, but it actually changed his perspective on life, and he ended up making partner at the firm, got married, has a family now. He actually moved out to the suburbs. He moved out of the city,
He's going to run a blitz here.
but he lives out in Long Island now.
Oh, special blitz.
And he feels good. So 17-6. Can I get a play on offense here?
No.
Let me throw a touchdown against Wolf, so I can just be like,
No. No, because you'll take credit for
you know who wants a game
Who?
in DC?
Who?
Another animal.
Who?
Not an animal that walks on 4 legs and barks.
Charlie? Oh, we got him, maybe.
But an animal that lives underground.
Snake? Muskrat?
Kind of like a muskrat.
Who is it?
A Minnesota muskrat.
A mole.
A mole.
Guacamole.
Mole's
me today.
he's so confident about his game.
Yeah,
he's so he's good.
He chirped me today.
He's been playing a lot of draft champs, and that's a good mode. Like he's a good player like that. Like he wants to come on, so we'll get him on.
Mole is a very good.
Get the mole.
Throw it away, get more play.
Do moles chirp?
Should I kick a field goal just because?
No, you should get a touchdown if you can. But yeah, no, mole's the man. We'll get him on for one. DJ Mateo, thanks for the tip. I've seen The Wire. I'm cool. Do I draft offensive linemen in draft chaps? No, I still don't really.
Oh, you dropped it.
That's why you shouldn't have taken Kelvin Benjamin first
That
overall.
would have been a dot.
Mole sauce.
Serious mole.
Serious mole.
Good game, Wolf. I'm sorry I had to play. I thought we were gonna have finals, but
Let's see some highlights. Show us the lurk, please. Can we see the lurk?
it was in slow motion. Was it not?
That's the biggest moments of people's lives, like when they got their gamer tags. They usually are in slow motion.
Wolf's record on TWIM.
2-9.
That was tough. He didn't tackle me.
Yeah, Wolf. What happened there?
Jack Doyle was just.
Jack Doyle was beasting, dude.
Play. Had to know that was coming.
Remember, if you guys have questions for this week in Madden, whole day. Would you whole day so we can watch the lurk? Pro tip.
Good one.
It's not even a pro tip, it's just a tip. Intercepted by Woodyard. This was the play of the game. 36 seconds in the third quarter.
Good heat. See the passive pressure.
Yep.
Rolls. Like it's. I can read it from a mile away. Like the slant's coming. He's forced to roll.
Todd.
Just.
Todd.
And I get
Todd.
great depth.
Todd.
Great depth on it.
Todd.
Like there's a difference between getting great depth there where you can return it for 6, or like you ride him too high there and then he'll tackle you. But like everyone was covered too. And see, this is what happens. The pass rush comes, and you roll out, and then like he does that, and then you're in trouble.
And like you're further away,
Right.
so you don't throw it as high because maybe I don't know, but you threw that pretty low.
Here's one.
He said he was trying to get an A tackle. That was a pretty good scream.
Good passive pressure all game.
He tested the user. Wolf, what was it like to disrespect SGibs user so hard? And then get howled at?
You know, this was a big play.
Anti-transparent
This was a big play.
with the follow. He's against transparent. I don't know.
Doesn't like transparency. Never has, never
Never
will.
has. Doesn't want you to be able to use identifier.
No, he doesn't.
Doesn't
like
want you to be able to use identifier. He's against it.
He's big time before telecommunications. Like big time. Like he was okay with the telegraph because he felt like, you know,
Lives in the woods?
oh, big time.
Yeah?
Big
How does he log into Twitch? He's got like a remote, like Motorola.
Cyber cafe.
He goes in.
Yeah, goes in.
Secret.
Yeah.
Because he can't get enough.
Yeah,
But he really knows that's a bad part of his life that he's got to.
And he's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. That is all for this week in Madden show.
I like this where you make up people's stories.
Dude,
Their
they
backstory.
just come to me.
Yeah, the backstory.
They appear in my mind. I can't explain it. I can't explain it.
You notice how when we play a game? Well, I guess I played Lights Out last week, so I'll take that.
Well, what were you gonna say?
When I had to play the game with you before, it just didn't go the right way.
He should have kept running the ball. I don't know why he stopped. He got you, dude. On the fourth play of the game, you brought a ton of dudes in the box.
All the dudes.
Yeah, like you were all set, even though he didn't run that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Which were the fourth play of the game?
It's like Yeah, by the third or fourth play of the game, like you were all good with him running the ball against you.
Oh.
So he got the ball second after you kicked your field goal.
Yeah.
He ran with Gurley on that first down and 10 where you got 1 yard. Like I'm pretty sure you packed it.
Yeah. Can't see it.
You know. See the next play because then he started passing.
Got a completion though.
This is the end of the half though, right? Or
Oh, that was in the half. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Then he tried to run end around.
But then he got into a bad spot here.
Right, 3rd and 5. What did he do? Throw to the flat?
Just real passive.
This was bad stick.
Bad stick. He's doing bad footwork.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna make it, but
See, he cut up. You need to round that to the edge, to the sideline.
yeah.
So that was bad. And then 4th and 4, he almost threw another Todd here. Let's be serious. This was almost a Todd. Look at same scenario. It's the same play actually. Look at same scenario. I'm a half second late. Like I'm coming. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that was actually probably worse than the Todd. He threw it earlier though.
Yeah, but he threw it right at the spy.
Threw it over.
Oh my goodness.
Threw it over the spy. In theory.
Todd.
All
Another Todd.
right, we're gonna host. Catch this next Wednesday. We'll be back. Make sure you tune in to the Patriots and
Hopefully I won't have a cough.
Bills. Hopefully I won't have a cough either. You know what I mean?
No? What do you mean? All right, guys.
We're gonna host and then we'll be out. Let's see. Let's see.
That was cough.
Later, dudes. Lock up and until next time.